Hello, everybody. This is John with Garfield Heights Coin Club, and I am with.
Mr. Monkey Swag.
And this is the weekend numismatic update. How do you like that?
Yep. Oh yeah, I like that.
So, Mr. Monkey Swag, what is there anything on your mind you want to talk about?
I just want to talk about classic coins versus modern coins, like the factors in which collected modern coins and classic coins differ, and
Okay.
also talk about buying coins from auctions and maybe about the gray sheet. So the thing about modern coins is all you have to do is just focus on the mintage levels, but I mean, every modern coin would grade, MS69 or MS70, right?
A lot of them do. I mean, that's just so hard to. I mean, personally, I don't think if it's really worth to grade those coins, but people are out there grading them all the time. I had a coin that had the QA sticker on it, and just because it had that QA sticker, boom, it sold for way
Oh
over
yeah,
retail.
yeah. I was telling you about the QA sticker on Coin Week. I mean, I don't understand the concept of it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, but some modern coins do have a low survival rate. The older pandas. Like they rarely grade MS70 or even MS69 because a lot of them had bad quality control at the mint.
Right.
Like some of them grade only like MS65, MS66, MS67. And the older gold pandas also have another problem. They often have red copper spots because a lot of
Oh
gold
yeah.
coins have copper spots. And the only way to remove that is with conservation.
And the amount of money that you end up paying for all of that, is it really worth it? You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Though some of the older pandas, like especially the older panda proofs, do sell for very big money, like thousands of dollars. So
Yeah.
I guess worth it for the proofs. And speaking of copper spots, isn't there like a technique to remove those with a blowtorch? I know it's kind of off topic.
I have no idea. I've never heard of that before. Is it something that you can see on YouTube somewhere?
I mean, I read about it in a book, like a dealer does that. The Coin Collector Survival Manual by Scott Travers.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, something about removing copper spots. It's in some type of section that he wrote about, NGC's conservation. And he said some dealers, instead of paying for the conservation, they'll actually conserve it themselves by using a blowtorch. I mean, seriously, who would think to use a blowtorch on their coins?
Well, people are out there doing it all the time, trying to get as much money as they can for their stuff. I mean, like I said it before, I'll say it again. People are in the hobby because number one, they truly enjoy coins, but number two, they always want to see if they can get some kind of a premium or get some kind of a return on their investment.
Yeah. So going back to modern coins modern coins versus classic coins. Um, I think for classic coins, mintage is not exactly the most important thing in terms of rarity and demand. I think survival rate is the most important thing because let's look at the key dates of the silver dollars. For example, a 1928 peace dollar is the key date, while 1893 S Morgan dollar is a key date. Both of them have similar mintages, which are in like the hundred thousands, which are low for circulating coins. But a 1928 peace dollar sells for a lot less than an 1893 S Morgan dollar. That's because in 1928, because people noticed that the peace dollar has a low mintage in 1928, a lot of people saved the peace dollar from circulation. So most of the 1928 peace dollars did not circulate. That's why scarce in circulated grades. While the 1893S Morgan dollar, on top of having a low mintage, the vast majority of the mintage circulated. So a lot less mint state examples of the 1893S Morgan survived than the 1928 peace dollar. So that's an example of how survival rate is more important for a coin's rarity and desirability than the mintage.
Yeah, I totally agree. Another part of it is strike. A lot of times the strike is just not good. But yeah,
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. I mean, if you know that that coin during the time is a low mintage, people are going to hold on to it,
yeah,
and just not going to circulate. So earlier on in the 1800s, people people that those coins would circulate with other coins. You know what I mean? So I think that's a great point you
yeah.
make.
And in addition to what you said about strike, I mean, the Philadelphia peace dollars, I think, tend to have the best strikes. I think the true key date of the peace dollar series would be the 1934S in MS condition, because San Francisco peace dollars tend to have very poor strikes. And the 1934S is the rarest peace dollar in MS condition. It's also the most expensive in MS condition because
Uh,
they have
Joe
much higher
Joe
rates.
T. Plummer Joe T. Plummer is asking about a 1923. 1923, 22, 23, 24. They're so common, they're everywhere.
Yeah,
However, you find them in those higher conditions, the higher grades, and they do start to jump up in price.
yeah.
Um,
I mean,
you know,
probably MS 66 is when they
Yeah,
jump
I
in
mean
price.
that's the thing. If you're going to do the common dates, you have to go high grade. And some, I'll be honest with you, with the piece dollars, there are a lot of high grades, but the coin itself is ugly. It's got some nasty toning that just it the eye does not like it. So it's
Yeah.
tough.
So there's a theory on why peace dollars do not tone in rainbow colors like Morgan dollars. Because because they believe that the peace dollar planchets were treated in a chemical solution that makes a coin resistant to toning, and if it does tone, it tones ugly. Morgan dollar planchets were not given that chemical treatment. That's why they toned in rainbow colors.
I never heard of that. Where did you find that out at?
Some type of forum. I don't know if it's collectors. I don't know if it's like some PCGS forum or Coin Talk or whatever. It's some online forum.
That's pretty cool. I never knew that. Thank you for
And
sharing that.
peace dollar bags of peace dollars were stored in you know in they're stored in facilities that are relatively inert, so they won't tone in whatever facilities they are in. But the Morgan dollars, they were stored in environments that do foster toning, because because like the Morgan dollars are stored in, like, I don't know, underground vaults where it's like dirty and stuff like that, and the bags would rot away, and which releases the sulfur and the coins would tone.
Well, let me tell you, toned coins, I initially was not that crazy about, but let me tell you, these toned coins are just so hard to come by, and the prices are sky high. I'm watching a video about toned coins and trying to figure out a price on them,
Yeah,
and let me tell you, there is something there. There's something there.
the prices on toned coins is subjective. I mean, it's just like art. You're unique, one of a kind. So I mean, like, if you are to buy a toned coin already slabbed and pay the high retail price, then that's not a good investment. But if you're to buy a raw coin that's toned and you submit it to NGC or PCGS yourself, then yeah, then you can make money off of that.
Now, I have purchased toned coins that I got at a really good price, and how much should I charge for it? And it's tough to consider, but in reality, you always want to try to sell it for more than you paid for. So what else can you say about that?
Yeah. Another thing is when you're buying raw tone coins, it's kind of risky because they might be artificially toned.
Oh man, you know what? There's an ANA class out there. The American Numismatic Association, they have classes all the time. One of the newer classes you can take is how to tell if coins have been artificially toned or not.
Yeah.
And one of the new things coming out is that if these artificially toned coins have already been graded, already been slabbed, you can tell. You look at the holder, it says MS63, for example. Then you go down from MS63, but you have to take that class to know what you're looking at.
Yeah. And you know the most common type of toning you see
Charlie.
on. Oh, is that your dog? Yeah, the most common type of toning on Morgan dollars would be the crescent toning or peripheral toning, right?
There's all kinds out there. I mean, I'm going to do
Yeah.
a video about it soon, but uh, hey, why don't we talk about auctions? Uh,
Oh,
are
auctions.
there certain auctions that you go to and frequent a lot? You know, the biggest one out there is
Uh,
eBay. Do you go to
yeah.
eBay?
No, I mean, I'm kind of ashamed to say I never used eBay before, but I was about to ask you that question. So, out of all the auctions, you know, heritage auctions, great collections, David Lawrence, and eBay, which is the one that you prefer to use?
I like them all. I like them all, and you know, some of them advertise a little bit more if you're a buyer versus if you're a seller. Um, what are you doing when you're trying to buy? You're trying to get it for the least amount possible, you know, and
Yep.
if you're a seller, you want to sell it for the most amount possible. And there's
Yep.
going to be fees associated with everything. But
So,
no matter where I go, no matter what auction I look at, I am picky. I take my time, and I'll put a low ball bid, and if somebody outbids me, fine. You know, that's just not my coin. I'll let somebody else can enjoy it.
yeah. So, what makes heritage different from, say, David Lawrence?
I think Heritage, they have a lot of that middle ground. Um, they are gaining a lot of more and more attention, but you know, like Stacks and Bowers, I think Stacks and Bowers, they try, or Christie's, you know, even Christie's, they try to have the cream of the crop, man. And Heritage, they'll take kind of everything. But Heritage, I'll be honest with you, there are, I don't know, are they officially affiliated with the American Numismatic Association? I'm not sure,
I'm not
but
sure.
I'll be honest with you, they are very, very, very common, and not a lot of people use them. You could go. I see this all the time. I see this all the time. There's a coin on eBay. I'll say, you know what? That's kind of a decent price, and I'll investigate, and all of a sudden I find out that that exact coin sold on Heritage like months ago. So people buy on Heritage, then relist on eBay for an
Oh, wow.
inflated price. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I could see that because, you know, eBay, I mean, not everybody's like, I mean, on Heritage, people tend to be more informed, right? Compared to eBay.
I mean, how can you tell? That's kind of a generalization,
Yeah,
you
I
know, but
know.
it's tough everywhere. But I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of new groups on Facebook. Right now, there's a virtual, if you're watching this video, check out Virtual Coin Show
Oh,
on
yeah.
Facebook. I have items that I sell. I bid on items on there,
Yeah.
and I lowball prices on there. Sometimes I win. I'll be honest with you. I just recently won um, 10 silver eagles for 17 bucks a piece, 170 bucks, free
Oh,
shipping.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing about that, I just signed up for that place, like that Facebook group, you know, like 2 or 3 days ago.
I've been part of them for a while. There's other ones out there. DC Coin, no reserve auction, something like that. DC Coin, in order for you to list anything, you have to agree to their rules. But I've been selling stuff on there, and you sell at a, no reserve auction, and it's PayPal, goods and services, free shipping. I mean, you can sell a lot of your small stuff, and I call it Mickey Mouse stuff, just your $5, $10. That's what sells on that. I mean, there's other stuff that sells on there, but I
Yeah.
personally feel that virtual coin show is for some a little bit more expensive stuff.
Oh yeah, I looked at the virtual coin show. There are some more expensive coins. Like I don't know. It's like there's somebody who posted a seeded half done that's like MS-68. Though I mean, he's not
Oh,
selling it
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
anything.
It was an MS-69 Elisberg.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot the laws, but that would really bring the value up. But he's not
Yeah,
like, selling it. He's just showing it off.
exactly. And there's show and tell. There's not for sale items. There's buy it now. You can do a best offer. There's all kinds of stuff on there.
So, so what's the advantage of buying on Facebook versus eBay?
Well, there's a lot less fees associated, so therefore the seller can give it to you at a better price. Sometimes the seller will say, "Hey, I'm only accepting a check." And if you are a registered dealer, when you list, you have an RT number, which RT stands for the round table. What else? As a buyer, it's just 3%, and if you do the PayPal goods and services is what the dealer is charged. So you're getting good stuff at a discounted price, and you avoid those eBay fees. But let me tell you, I still go to eBay. There's so many people out there that sell on eBay. I just purchased on eBay some $10 gold eagles, the Indians, the $10 Indians. And let me tell you, I got a great price on those because the seller, sometimes the sellers, they just get stuff, they don't know what they have.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Salivate Metal just popped in.
Hey, Sal, how are you? Uh, should I post the
Yeah, yeah. Post a link.
live link down here? Let me see if it'll work.
Yeah.
Sal, if you want to join, come on in.
So here's the thing I want to ask you about. You know how you're talking about including the perf mint in the gray sheet? Because you know how Chinese coins are in the gray sheet?
Yes.
Um, so the Chinese coins are in the gray sheets. Is it really just pandas, or would it be there other Chinese coins like commemoratives?
Um, in the gray sheet right now, and here's what I think is going on: is the gray sheet has the Chinese coins listed because NGC has offices in China. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's one of the big reasons why that the Chinese pandas 20ths, tenths, uh, half ounce, 1 ounce, kilos, all
yeah,
that stuff. It's not the metals. It's
yeah.
just
Or
those bullion coins and that's what's hot. That's what's hot.
yeah.
People are buying
Well,
that
the
stuff.
older Chinese ones, because the older Chinese pandas have dye varieties. I mean, it's not just mintage that makes the older ones more expensive. The dye varieties make them more collectible.
Hey, Salivate Metal just joined. Salivate, let's throw a question to you. Are there auctions out there that you personally frequent and are looking for good deals on? Or do you sell on any of those websites, auction websites?
No, and mainly eBay is kind of the top one, but there's another one thing called onlineauctions.com where some people sell coins, but I haven't really actually even visited that site in a while. But typically, whenever I'm not a seller on eBay, uh, I know that the one gold unboxing I did, the guy paid $25 to ship it to me, and it got lost in the mail. And that kind of thing just makes me nervous. Would make me nervous as a seller, but as a buyer, I am frequenting eBay quite a bit because it is the de facto place to go to find quite a variety of different things. And I do like some unusual stuff, as you may have noticed. I
Yeah.
there's one series. In fact, John, you might be interested in this. I know Mr. Monkey Swag's probably seen my videos on it, but I really like what are known as concept dollars. Like from the Gallery Mint Museum, John Landis and Daniel Carr, they make these cool concept dollars, and I look for those from time to time on eBay. And sometimes you can find some good deals on those. But basically, I check the daily deals which I know that's probably what the Stacking Nerd does, but she does a great job of expanding that out too to get some good deals. But I have to discipline myself, because when I make a big purchase, I can't buy for a while until I can save up again to make other purchases. But yeah.
I think that's exactly what I do. I check daily deals myself. There's other places that constantly send emails, and sometimes those emails, when they're alongside like a holiday or something, man, you're getting some great deals out there. But all you need to do is print that out, go to a local coin show, and let me tell you, there are so many dealers that will beat those prices easily.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me. The dealers beating those prices kind of reminds me of Walmart matching the prices of their competitors. If you show them advertisements from a competitive supermarket.
Yeah, that's right.
Huh.
But it's weird, because I'll tell you what. I mean, I had an issue just this past week, and I may do a video on it. In fact, I can show you this coin that I bought last week here. The light's going to be a little bit low, so bear with me. But
Hey, John, can you display Sal?
Yes, I will figure that out right now.
I haven't posted a video on this, but I may do it. This is a. Hold on, let me turn the light on here. Just one second.
Yeah, it looks kind of like. Do you want me to tell you what it is? It looks like a Libertad, right?
Yep. It's a Libertad. Let me see.
And it's the old school one, right?
Yep, it's an old school proof Libertad.
Yeah, I can tell that.
And I'll tell you the story behind this. I bought this from my LCS, and I know the people there, and they were going to list it on an auction site that they are affiliated with, and I forget the name of it. I think it's like USA Auctions or something like that. I'm not sure. I'll need to kind of do some more research. But the thing is this online auction website has crazy premiums on them. I mean, in other words, the coins sell for crazy. Generic stuff sells for very little. So this coin was listed on their site, and they took it off to sell it to me, but it was listed on their site for $55. And I didn't really know what these were going for, and the guy told me, he said they're going on eBay for about $44. I was like, okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 40 for it, and sign on, kind of, I mean, not sight unseen, without me doing any research on it really. So I gave him $40 for it and thought I walked out there with a great deal. Well, I go home and I check the completed listings for this coin, and yeah, some people are paying $44, but there's plenty of these that sold for less than that.
What, $30? Like that?
No, I paid $40 for this coin.
Oh yeah, you said less than $40 though. So other people.
Yeah. Some of them were selling in the 30s. I think one was like low 30s or what have you. So I didn't get a great deal. I don't think I got shafted on this by any stretch, but I could have, I don't know. It's one of those things where this is a coin that I enjoy, but I don't think I would necessarily have bought it had I got it for an average price. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
and that's exactly what I was saying earlier. No matter who you are, no matter what hobby you're into, you want to buy that item, whether it's a painting, whether it's a coin, whether it's a watch, doesn't matter. You want to get it under market value, and you want to have an appreciation of your investment. I mean, that's everybody, everywhere. And so if you bought it for $40, listen, you could sit there and list it for 45, and it's just the liquidity is not there. It's going to take you maybe a month, maybe 6 months to sell it, but it might eventually will sell.
And even so, when you consider eBay's fees, 13%, I don't even know what it would be to ship it out. There's all that. So I don't even mess with eBay. I know there's some people, and John, you may or may not be aware of Lady Liberty Stacker and Silver Hair Stacker, but they've actually are doing this as part of a job where they're buying stuff and selling it on eBay and then taking those proceeds and buying silver with it. But
yeah, they're pretty. I appreciate their hustle in the flipping game.
Yeah.
I am subscribed to both of their channels. I recently subscribed to Lady Liberty Stacker, but I've been watching Silver Hair for a while now. He's out in Texas, I believe, and very, very, very cool stuff. I mean, how can you go wrong? I purchased a bunch of watches. Let me tell you, there was one item in there. It was 14 karat. It was a little women's bracelet. What am I going to do? I'm going to take it and I'm going to scrap it. That's going to pay for the whole lot, and everything else is just knick-knack garbage that I'll just flip for a couple bucks. What am I going to do with it? It reinvested in coins and stuff that I like to do.
Yeah. I almost thought you said a 14 karat gold watch. I mean, but before you said it was a bracelet, because a 14 karat gold watch would be pretty rare because only Rolex does solid gold watches.
Right.
Yeah, no, it was it was a bracelet, and I mean, it doesn't weigh much. You know, maybe the scrap value was $12, but listen, you know, the everything that I purchased was next to nothing.
Didn't you post something like that in your recent video about buying scrap and selling them?
Who, me? I bought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of watches recently. What do you mean?
Yeah, like I'm talking about like the last video that you posted today.
Yeah, you know, I think so. I've got a bunch of videos I'm meaning to upload, and I actually canceled the one because of this live stream, but I've got a lot of other videos coming out.
Yeah,
I just
the
slowly
flea
upload
market
them.
one. Yeah, the flea market one.
Yeah, the flea market. I've got a flea market update. I don't know if I'm going to post it or not. I just kind of give you an idea of what actually ended up coming out of that lot. I mean, there was a lot of sterling silver. A lot of these small religious pendants are sterling silver. There was a bunch of automatic watches. And what did I do? I took if during Christmas time, you get a new T-shirt or a sweatshirt, whatever, in a little square, cardboard container. I took some of these cardboard containers, took them apart, and I started, taping some necklaces and some jewelry on there, and just flip them for $5 per little lot.
Yeah. Hey, Salve, is that similar to what BSO did?
Yeah, BSO did that. He would go around to different yard sales and find jewelry and flip it for a great profit on eBay and what have you. I mean, I admire it. See, the thing is, that takes a lot of time, and my time is eaten up a lot with the band and with YouTube and my regular work schedule and other things going on, obligations. So I just don't have time to do that. Time is money. And I mean, I have a great admiration for those. I mean, you think about it. Lady Liberty Stacker's retired. Silver Hair Stacker is retired. BSO, I think I think he's probably retired too. So they have the time to do that.
Yeah.
And really, you think about the time it takes for them to go and accumulate that stuff, pack it up, and ship it out. That's the thing. People told me, said, well, with these new solar panels I paid $1,100 for, why didn't I just do the work myself? Well, you got to have the right tools. You got to get a ladder to get up there. You have to know what you're doing, and you have to do all that stuff. And the time it would take for me to invest in that, as opposed to paying somebody else, well, it was worth to me to pay that extra premium to have somebody else do it, because that's time I can be used spending on doing other things to make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And here's something my wife yells at me all the time. She's like, what the hell are you doing spending your weekend looking at coins? Why not go to work on Saturday and, make tons more money? And it's like, listen, somebody told me this, and listen to this. Tell me if you like this or not. Men in general, okay, this is a generalization. You could get into, smoking cigarettes, drinking beer, doing this, that, or the other, sports, cards, going to the bar, whatever that is. Guys need to do something. And for me, it's coins,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Same thing with me.
Oh yeah, and that's just it. There's something else about it too. Going back to the other analogy I just used, I think John, you had walked out about the solar panels. Why didn't I do that work myself to save some money? Well, and time is money, and I'm using my time in other ways. And one of the ways, you know, is YouTube, and I enjoy doing it, and coins and coin collecting. And John, you know, I assume you're um, are you the president of the Garfield Heights Coin Club, or are you?
I am not. If you go to garfieldheightscoinclub.com, there's a tab up there and you could see all the officers. I am public relations associate. I used to be secretary, treasurer. I used to just be an auction assistant, and I just got more and more involved. I've been a member there for, I want to say 10 years, maybe longer. And
Right.
I became a lifetime member. It's $125. And
Yeah.
I mean, think about this. If you want to list something for sale anywhere, you're paying 15%. You got to have your eBay fees, you got to ship it out, whatever. If you want to list an item at Garfield Heights Coin Club, it could be worth zero or it could be worth thousands of dollars. The fee you pay is 25 cents. I mean,
Wow.
tell me where you can find that in the United States. Where?
Right. Exactly. Well, and there, that's just at a lot of coin clubs. I mean, my coin club has a lot of perks too. There's different perks. I mean, yours, you have, it sounds like an auction night. We have an auction at the end of every meeting. But it's really cool. But the thing is, you know, there's ways to make, and you're into coins, and you're preserving your wealth with the precious metal content at the very least, not to mention the collectability of the pieces of coins. I just looked at Mr. Monkey Swag's Instagram page today for the first time because I'm not on Instagram.
Seriously? Huh.
Yeah, and it's really cool what you have there. He shows a lot of coins, even shows some of the food that he likes. I'm not familiar at all with Instagram. I hardly ever look at it. Just so happened I had a little extra time today, and I wanted to see Mr. Monkey Swag because, you know, you've talked about it, and that takes a lot of work, but it's something you enjoy, and it's something you do. And I think as far as time management, I think that is crucial. And the things that for what we do just in our lives in general, we have work, we have play, and we have things that we do that where we can make money at what we do. That's fun. You know what I mean? So when your wife criticizes you for not working on the weekends because you're enjoying your coins, well, you know what? You'll be the one laughing last because the coins that you acquire and accumulate have a lot of have preserve a lot of value, at least at least the intrinsic, but then the numismatic value as well. And so she should really be supporting you on that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you see kids nowadays, like what their so-called hobbies are. They buy, sneakerheads. They buy, Nike sneakers, and at the end of the day, that's what they collect. But at the end of the day, it's just plastic, rubber, and leather assembled in China.
Right, exactly.
While
exactly.
coins and precious metals have been a thing for thousands of years since the dawn of mankind.
Yep. And no matter what anybody says, it doesn't care if it's a colorized Mickey Mouse gold or silver coin, that just bombs. If you enjoy that coin, even if it's a silly princess or Bugs Bunny, whatever, Donald Duck, whatever have you, at the very worst case scenario, you're protected by the intrinsic value. And also, if you enjoy that coin, then God bless you. It doesn't matter what it is. And I tell you, that's another thing too with both of you guys, because you two are unique, I think, in this way, because both of you guys have an absolute love and appreciation of old school classic numismatics.
Yeah.
I can tell it when you both post videos on the coins that you talk about, how much you enjoy them. And that is infectious, and that rubs off on your viewers, and including me, who's been at it for a while too. It helps kind of encourage us, that, hey, there's more of us out here. I think this is what's so cool about this community,
Yeah. Believe it or not, I didn't start out with old U.S. coins. I was into the Perf Mint lunar coins when I started collecting.
Right. I remember that, and that's cool too, and it's a popular series. The Perth Mint is they do a wonderful job, and their coins have some of the best quality control for their better bullion pieces. Now they've got like things like the funnel web spider, and now the new silver kangaroos that are sort of their straight low premium bullion stuff, and even those are pretty decent, you know, for what they are.
Now, isn't it just so exciting for you to go to either a coin show, a coin shop? They've got some Perth Mint stuff, and they just want very, very little premium on it. The reason why is because they paid, you know, they consider that just like any silver round.
Right.
Yeah.
And that happens out there all the time, all the time. And here's the thing: if Perth Mint, if all of a sudden they appeared in some of these dealer price guides, then there would be a benchmark price across the board, across the entire United States. Dealers everywhere would say, oh, there's a benchmark price now that we can reference off of. And I think what would happen is Perth Mint coins in general, 1 ounce, kilos, everything in between, would now have a set price that it would reflect the resale value. Right now, all it is there's nothing in between retail and scrap. There's nothing in between that.
Yeah, well, and I know we have to wrap up soon, but I will say one thing in slight disagreement with you on this, and that is, in my experience over the last couple of years, going to coin shows and the several LCSs that are in my area, I've noticed that they're becoming more savvy, more electronic savvy to the market of modern bullion coins. In fact, like, well, this is kind of a poor example that I showed with the Libertab, because that's somewhat a little bit older, but they check eBay. They're checking those completed listings and averaging out the price. I've seen that with because I've seen some pieces that I knew where I go in there and I say, well, how much do you want for this? For instance, the one recently was the Rwandan. I think it was one of those wildlife series that was going for a high premium.
Yeah.
And I just asked him, said, hey, what do you want for this piece, without showing my cards and like, hey, this has got a high premium. He said, well, he said, those things are going for, you know, $40-50 on eBay. So, you know, and then he may price it a couple of dollars back from that, but that's the start of his negotiating, because he's looking at that. That's where the market is nowadays.
Yeah. I got something to add. So yeah, you know, my local coin shop, you know, the one where Mr. Zeke works at?
Yes.
It's run by some young guys. Like the owner is young, and his co-workers are younger guys, and you know, obviously Mr. Zeke knows the value of the Perth Mint stuff. So yeah, he always looks stuff up on the computer, and he knows the value of Perth Mint bullion. And he's selling like wedge tail eagles and slabs for like $50.
Right.
He's not pricing them like bullion.
Right, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Sal, thank you for number one. Thank you for disagreeing. And, you know, I actually agree with you. There are a lot more shops out there that are getting more savvy to what's going on in the market. But let me tell you, there are so many dealers that all of a sudden, you know, they just don't care. They know they've made money on it, and they throw you a bone all the time,
Yeah, and I'm only disagreeing with you as far as just because I think, you know, 10 years ago, or even 7 or 8 years ago, that would have been the rule as opposed to the exception. Now it's becoming more the exception of the rule. But you're right. If they can just make money, that's fine. And I think you do see that. That's why I think it's important for people, especially when they go to coin shows and see a lot of dealers out there, is to look for. And here's another thing: it's profiling. You know, people say profiling is bad, but you know what? I think it's very valuable, especially in the coin market. You find the oldest. You look for the guy with the grayest hair, the oldest guy on the bourse floor, that has the most modern bullion, and more than likely he's the guy that's probably not going to know as much as far as what the value is.
Exactly.
But John, you're right.
Wait a minute. You're giving away my secrets.
But you're right, John. I mean, I think if they will throw you a bone, if they can make money on it and pass that savings along to you, I think that's wonderful. I think more dealers should do that. But I know that a lot of them are running on thin margins too, so I know they have to make some money. I think that's probably why they're probably trying to become more savvy in that area. But
Let me tell you, I do shows. I walk around, or people walk around. They come and ask me. They say, "How did you do?" I said, "I did pretty good." And I hear so many times, "I didn't sell anything. I didn't even make enough money to pay for my table." This happens all the time.
Right.
And what's going on is people are caught up in that retail market.
Yep.
Listen, a coin shop in the area purchased recently over 90 silver American Eagle proofs, original box, certificate, and everything. They took their purchase and wholesaled it out to another dealer, and the other dealer paid $32 a coin.
Wow.
Both parties are happy. Both
Yep.
parties are happy. And whoever originally sold all those, they're happy.
Right.
So now it's just trying to find somebody else who's willing to pay more, willing to pay more, willing to pay more. You don't want to be on the top end of that.
That's
You
right.
want to be, that's why I pass on so much stuff. You got to be patient.
That's right.
wonder
That
if
was
this
going
is-
to be my second point. My second point was that at these coin shows, you see a lot of dealer-to-dealer transactions. In fact, you would be amazed at how all the dealers that I've talked to at my local coin shows. They say they're here to interact with other dealers and to make deals with them. And if they walk away having not sold anybody in the public, but was able to pick up some coins from another dealer or what have you, then that's another thing. And that's going to be a subject probably of a video of mine that I'm going to be doing sometime, hopefully soon. But thank you. Actually, he's got to go here pretty soon. Looks like he stepped away there. But Mr. Monkey Swag, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Great stream.
Hey, thanks for stopping in. Thank you, Sal. Thank you, Mr. Monkey Swag. I appreciate everybody, and you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thanks.
You guys have a good weekend and a good Sunday.
All right. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.